Guardians of the Flame.
Welcome. I'm Carroll County Sheriff Jim DeWeese, and I'm honored to welcome you here today on behalf of my colleagues to celebrate the 2022 Carroll County Law Enforcement Torch Run to support the athletes of Special Olympics Maryland. Today is a showing of unity and support. Law enforcement officials from around Carroll County came together to carry the Special Olympics Flame of Hope to demonstrate our support for the athletes of Special Olympics Maryland. As you probably know, Special Olympics is an international program that provides year-round training, athletic competition, and social support for more than 1 million children and adults around the world with developmental disabilities, and over 8,700 athletes here in the state of Maryland. Law enforcement has a very special bond with the Special Olympics, which began in 1981 in Wichita, Kansas. At the time, Chief Richard Lemonnion saw an urgent need to raise funds for and increase awareness for Special Olympics in his community. He conceived an idea that he named the Law Enforcement Torch Run as a way to involve law enforcement in his community with Special Olympics. 3 years later, the International Associations of Chiefs of Police embraced the idea, and through their leadership and support, the concept grew into what is now an international event involving law enforcement professionals from all 50 states and 45 countries around the world. The results of our collective efforts internationally have been impressive, to say the least. Law enforcement is now the largest single fundraiser and public awareness vehicle for Special Olympics worldwide. Since its inception of the Law Enforcement Torch Run, we have raised collectively nearly $1 billion to support Special Olympics programs throughout the world. In Maryland, this is our 37th anniversary for the Torch Run, and we have much to be proud of. From our humble beginnings, which were very humble, in 1986, which involved just a couple of police agencies and raised just a few $1,000s, to last year, Maryland law enforcement joined to raise more than $3 million. This representing one of the largest fundraising efforts in the world. Since the inception of the Maryland Law Enforcement Torch Run, we have raised over $64 million. And this year, with your support, we're hoping to eclipse the $3 million mark that we raised last year. Law enforcement runners, walkers, and bikers involved in our local torch run this year included representatives from the four corners of our county. This year is truly a unified effort in Carroll County, and we are lucky to have the leadership and support of my colleagues from around Carroll. We are pleased this year, and as you heard them coming down Center Street, to have the Maryland State Police Trooper Candidate Class 154 with us. It's great to see the soon-to-be troopers embracing this great cause as they begin their careers in law enforcement. And to tell you how old I am, I graduated from Maryland State Police Trooper Candidate Class 103, and they've done 51 classes since. Wow. Not as old as you, Dennis. And with that, Commissioner Frazier biked from his house over off of 31 to the county office building to be here to present a proclamation. And Commissioner, come on up and say a few words if you would.
Just kidding with the wow. Thank you, Sheriff. I really appreciate that. I also really appreciate everyone that took part in this torch run. It was fantastic. Look at the crowd out here, especially on this hot and humid day. Been much better if it was yesterday, but you know, you get what you get. So I have a proclamation to read from the Carroll County Commissioners. The 2022 Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics. Special Olympics provides year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic-type sports for persons 8 years of age and older with intellectual disabilities. It gives the athletes continual opportunities to develop physical fitness, demonstrate courage, experience joy, and participate in the sharing of gifts, skills, and friendships with their families, other Special Olympic athletes, and the community. And law enforcement officers serve as the guardian of the flame and carrying the flame of hope into opening ceremonies of local Special Olympic competitions around the country. The Law Enforcement Torch Run began in 1981 in Wichita, Kansas. For 41 years, the Law Enforcement Torch Run has helped law enforcement all over the United States to be active in their communities, raising awareness and funding for the Special Olympic movement. And we, the Commissioners of Carroll County, praise, honor, and respect the Special Olympics. Its motto, "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt," embodies the spirit and heart of the athletes and their supporters. Now, therefore, we, the Board of Carroll County Commissioners, commend members of the Law Enforcement Torch Run for their commitment and dedication to the service of others, and do hereby proclaim June 15th, 2020 as Law Enforcement Torch Run Special Olympics Day. And it's signed by all the commissioners.
Thanks, Commissioner. I think Commissioner Wance is here. Where are you at, Steve? Thank you for being here. It is a walk, run, or trek. Steve drove here. As is our tradition each year, we have the honor of having Carroll County Special Olympic athletes partner with us on the Torch Run. You saw a handful of them coming through, and they're up here with me, and really they're the true stars of today's event. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the athletes that are up here with me, and each organization has a president, as is tradition for them. My first athlete, Paulina Livingston of Westminster. Paulina, raise your hand. Paulina has been participating with the Special Olympics for more than 6 years, and she currently participates in bowling and basketball. Sam Peretta of Eldersburg. Sam has been participating in Special Olympics for 7 years and currently specializes in powerlifting and track and field. Sam challenged me to an arm wrestling match, which I took him up on and lost promptly. Natalie Bostic of Mount Airy. Hey, Natalie. Natalie has been active with Special Olympics for 7 years and currently participates in basketball, bowling, and track and field. Again, let's hear it for our athletes. And there are also several athletes that aren't on the stage that are here in the audience. Athletes, raise your hands if you've been participating in special. I know you have. My man. Please give them a round of applause. As I pointed out earlier, the Flame of Hope is carried by law enforcement officers from around the world in support and partnership with Special Olympics. Today we had the privilege of having these 3 Special Olympic athletes from right here in Carroll County participate, support, and inspire us as we perform this task of walking, running, and trekking. Just like the officers, they ran, walked, and biked with these athletes, guarded the flame to ensure that it will be safely delivered to the opening ceremonies for the Maryland Special Olympic Summer Games, which will take place this Friday at Towson University. And as you can see, each member on the stage got a special gift. My man's wearing the Stetson. We'll teach him. Yep, there you go. Do fingers like that. Good job. Congratulations. So in closing, I want to thank all of our athletes. The best of luck to each of you as you go to Towson this Friday and in your preparations for the 2022 Special Olympic Summer Games. We wish you all the luck. And before I close, there's a lot of people that put all this together. It's not easy getting everybody organized, selling shirts, closing down roads, getting classes up here. I know this from having a police academy. When we take them from their training, they've got to make it up somewhere. So I appreciate the state police sending up their recruits here to participate in this event. But our elected officials that are here, I appreciate it, Steve and Dennis. Our state's attorney is Alan Culver. He's always a big supporter of the event. And all the supporters of law enforcement and the athletes from law enforcement. A special thanks to Miss Jessie Hayes. I'm not sure if you're here, Jessie. Wave. Hey, there you are. I knew you were going to be here. She's the Senior Director of Special Events for Special Olympic Maryland, and I appreciate you being here. Thanks to all those that biked, ran, trekked, or otherwise participated in today's event, and those who supported us through the purchase of Torch Run t-shirts. And you can see all of us wearing these Torch Run t-shirts, and each agency has a representative that really pushes this adventure for us and gets these shirts sold. Lori Brewer, where are you at, Lori? Are you here? Hi, Lori. Thank you. Lori is Carroll County Special Olympics, is a coordinator for Special Olympics here in Carroll County, and she does a great job with our staff and the law enforcement staffs in supporting the effort. Karen Brown, Detective Sergeant Michael Knight, Lieutenant Phil Lawrence. Thank you guys for all your support in putting all this together. Thank you all again. This concludes our ceremony. You're welcome to stay here before we turn the fountain on here in about a half hour to take some pictures with the athletes and enjoy the environment. But thank you again, everybody.